Happy Monday, everyone. This is Chelsea with KWRI Marketing. Today, we're going to talk about our command overview class. So in this class, we do a very brief overview, like it's called, of the command system. So if there's anything that we don't get to today that you would like some more detailed information on, feel free to go over to our YouTube page, KWRI Marketing, where we have a ton of detailed videos for you to go check out. We also do have a chat box, so feel free to put in your questions in the chat box during our class today, and I will do my best to circle back to them and get those answered for you at the end of class. And then, as always, you can email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and I just put that in the chat box with any questions that you might have that we don't get to today or you think of after class. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So you should see the command login screen. To get here, you're going to go to agent.kw.com. You are going to put in your username and your password in the boxes. Keep in mind that your username is not case sensitive. However, your password is. So what I mean by that is if there is a capital letter somewhere in the password, make sure that it is actually capitalized when you go to put it in. Otherwise, you might have some issues signing in. Another thing is make sure there's no spaces either before or after the password, because that can also cause issues signing in. If you want to see what this password is, you can go ahead and click on the eyeball button right there, and then it will show you what these characters are. Then once you are all set with that, you can go ahead and click sign in. Okay, hold on one second. We just updated our password, so I was like afraid that that was going to happen. That's actually kind of funny. Okay, there we go. You are going to sign in, and it should take you to your dashboard. All right, so this is the command dashboard. So what we're going to do to start off is I'm just going to run through everything that you see here on the dashboard. Keep in mind that if yours is looking a little different, that's okay. You do have the ability to customize what it looks like, and I'm going to show you how you can rearrange it in just a minute. But before we do that, let's take a look at the first widget on our homepage, and that is our goals. So once you set up your goal setting, you can have this widget available on your dashboard to be able to see all of your goals and how you are doing with your goal setting. Next, we have our preferred partners and our events. So this is just going to tell you what is going on in your market center. And below that is a link to explore your preferred partners of your market center. If you are part of multiple market centers, you are going to see this down arrow right here. If you go ahead and click on that, it will then allow you to choose the market center that you want to see the information on. Next, we have our tasks. So this is just going to tell you any past due or upcoming tasks that you have based off of what is going on in the command system. And then you do have the ability to create a task right from your homepage as well. Next, we have our recent leads. So any leads that are being captured and coming in through command are going to show up here. You're going to see the name and then the source of where the lead is coming from. And then it's also going to tell you how many days ago that they came in. Next, we have our profit share, so you can check out your profit share information right from your homepage. Next, we have a notepad. If you need to jot down any notes, you can do so here. Then we have our database health. This is going to tell you how your database is doing in terms of the information that you are putting in. It's also going to compare you to other agents in your market center. So it's really just going to give you an idea of what information you should focus on getting from your contacts to make sure that, you are getting as close to closing out these rings as possible. And the last thing that we have here is our product updates. So if you are curious of any new updates that are coming into the system from KWRI, you can check all of that information out right here. So I'm going to scroll back up to the top. And we're going to go to the top right corner. There is a customize button. So when you go ahead and click on that, on the left-hand side, you're going to see all of the available widgets that you are able to add to your dashboard. If there's anything that you want to remove from your dashboard, you can just click on the check mark. You'll see that it then removes it from your view. On the right-hand side, you have the ability to rearrange your widgets. So if we wanted our tasks to be right at the top, I'm going to click on that box and then I'm going to drag and drop it until it gets to the spot that I want it to be in. Once you're all set with that, you can hit apply. And you're going to see that the changes are automatically made. So now our tasks are right at the top. So now we're going to look up at the top and add our header. Oh, and I'm just noticing this note. I did not know that Tony Robbins was announced for family reunions. So that's very exciting if you're a fan of him. Okay, so on this top header, we have 3 tabs here. So the first one is command. So that is what we are currently in. That's going to bring you to your command profile. Next is connect. That's going to bring you to your connect profile. And then the third one that you will only have this tab if you are on leaderships or staff. So if you are not seeing this and you are an agent, that is normal. So no worries there. Command MC is just for our leadership, and that is where they can go into the back end of the system, see their recruits, the associates of the market center, basically all the back end stuff to make sure command is set up right for the agents and all of that. Moving towards the right-hand side, this first icon that we're going to see, the storefront icon, is called the marketplace. So this is where you can go in and find third-party platforms that you can sync to command so that they are connected and working, they're integrated together. Next, our bell icon is our notifications. So you will know if you have a notifications by the red dot. And it's also going to tell you the number next to it, meaning how many notifications you currently have that are unread. So if you go ahead and click on that, it will open up your notifications. And then you can see all of your unread and your read. You can also click on the all notifications dropdown, and then you can actually choose any of these options here to see all of the tasks, or sorry, all of the notifications that you have under that particular category. Next, you're going to see your headshot and your name, and I'm just going to come right back to this because there's a few things we're going to talk about here. So our last icon is the question mark, which is our help and information section. So this is where you're able to find guided tours, Keller Williams University, which provides educational resources, chat with support for anything that you might need or any changes you need to your profile, and post an idea if there's something that you would like as an option that is not currently available. So let's go back to our name. And when you click on the dropdown, you're going to see that it provides quite a few things here. So the first thing that I'm going to point out is if you are part of a team, you're going to see 2 different profiles under here. The way to know that if you are in your personal account is because it's going to say your name and it will say personal under it. If it is a team, it's going to say the team name and it's going to have your role on the team. So that's how you're able to differentiate between the 2 profiles. In order to figure out which profile you're actually in is going to be based off of which one is at the top. So right now we are in our personal account, so this one is on top. So moving down, we have our referrals profile, my profile, settings, command training, and our logout button. So we're going to come back up to my profile and we'll click on this. So once we are in my profile, you're going to be brought to this screen, and this is going to show you all of the public facing information that is about you. So moving over to the right-hand side, it says display my profile on kw.com. So here you have the option to select yes or no. This is basically if you want your profile and you want this information that's on my profile displayed publicly on the KW site, you can choose whether you want that or not. So as you scroll down, you're going to have your About Me information here. If you need to update anything, you can click the edit button in the top right corner and you'll be able to edit that. The real estate license information here, that is not able to be edited by you. That has to actually be updated by your Market Center staff. So just make sure that this information is correct here. However, if you are not able to update it, that is normal. So you will have to reach out to your staff to do that for you. And then lastly, we have our client information. This is the mobile phone number. Keep in mind that this is public, so make sure that this is a number that you actually want people to have access to. And if you need to edit that, again, top right corner is where you can edit that. So on the left-hand side, when we click on My KW, now this is all of the internal information about you. So this is not publicly facing information. This is the information that you put in when you were setting your profile up with KW. So this is where you're able to manage your KW email, see your start date, manage your login credentials, and then you're going to find all of your personal information, profit share, sponsor. And remember, any changes that need to be made can be made by the edit button in the top right corner. So the last thing that is in this section is going to be My Affiliations. You are going to see MLS listings, and then you are also going to see the Market Center that you are connected to. So when you click on your Market Center, it's going to tell you your role and your start date at that particular Market Center. So let's click on Command Home. That's going to bring us back to our home page. We're going to go back to our name and click on the drop down. And this time we're coming to Settings. So once we get into our settings, this is going to open up our integrations tab. So this is all of the applications that we have the ability to connect to Command so that they can work together. So on this page on the left-hand side, you're going to see all of the available applications. In the middle, you're going to see their status of whether they are connected or not. And on the right-hand side, you have the ability to manage the connection. So as you scroll down, you'll see DocuSign, Dotloop, Facebook, Google Calendar. We have Instagram, Twitter, Gmail, Office 365. So once we get down to email services, I do want to point this one out under Command Email. So if we go over to the right-hand side, we're going to click Manage. When you click on Manage, the reason I'm bringing this up is when you go to send out an email campaign, this is the information that the contact is going to see displayed when they receive that email. So this is giving you the ability to update your sender name if you want it to say something else. And you also have the ability to update the reply to email when they go to reply to your email campaign. So if you click on the drop down, you can choose between the different options, and you can also edit and put your own in there as well. Then on the bottom, we have our monthly account usage. So you have 5,000 available emails per month that you can send out through Command. This is going to keep track of it for you. And if you hit that amount, it will then just bring you to the marketplace to subscribe to more emails. So that will just keep track of it for you. All right, now let's go over to the left-hand side. We're going to click on Connect Settings. So there are a few other settings over here, as you can see, but those are a little more in-depth, so we are not going to go over those today. However, we will click on Connect Settings and click on Marketing Profile. So once you get into your marketing profile, this is all of the information that is going to be displayed onto your personal KW website. So Top right corner again, we have use my information to brand my agent site. What this means is if this is toggled on and showing green as you see here, that means that the information that is in our marketing profile is publicly displaying to our website. If this is grayed out, that means that it is not publicly displaying. So just keep that in mind. As we scroll down, you have the ability to put in your headshot and your team logo. If you do not have a team logo, we still recommend putting in either a KW logo like you see here, Market Center logo, personal logo. Reason being is when you go to send out an email campaign, there's automatically 2 spots in the formatting for logos. So if you do not have anything in here, it will just show up as a broken image. So just try to I would highly suggest just putting something in here. As we scroll down, we have my details. Anything that has this red star is going to be required in order to save the profile. So if you are receiving an error message, just make sure that you have all of these boxes filled out. There is an affiliation section. So when we click on the drop down here, you can see a list of all of the options. So you can choose whatever affiliation option works for you. Then we have a biography section, and you will notice that this is required to save the profile. So if you do not have a if you do not have a biography right away, you can get around this by just putting in a dot or, a single character or TBD, anything like that, just to get around being able to save the profile. Oops, I didn't save that biography. Okay. And then scrolling down, you'll see your contact information, followed by brokerage information, compliance. So any compliance pieces that you have, just make sure to reach out to your Market Center staff, just to make sure that that is all set. Then you have your social links, your Google Analytics ID, if that is available to you. All right, let's go back to the top left corner, and we're going to click on the home button. So once we do that, this is bringing us back to our dashboard. And I know we've had quite a few people join us since the beginning, so I just wanted to reiterate some of the things that I said in the beginning, just so that everyone knows where we're at. So this is our command overview class. So I am very briefly for the remainder of class going to go over all of these icons that are on the left-hand side. So like I said, I'm not going to do a deep dive on them. However, I highly suggest going to our YouTube page, Scott Lorry Marketing, and it will provide a ton of different videos that go way more in depth on these topics. And then, of course, we do have our chat box. So feel free to put in any questions that you have in the chat box, and I will try to answer them at the end of class. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into all of our widgets on the left-hand side. So on the left-hand side, we have our home button. This is how you can get back to the dashboard. We have our contacts. This is where all of your contacts are going to be located. Then we have our tasks. This is where all of your follow-up or reminders are. Smart plans, which is for the drip campaigns. The referrals platform, which is where your referrals are. Opportunities, which is where your transactions are. Campaigns, which is for your social media advertising, your direct mailers, and your email campaigns. Reports and goal setting, which is where you can find your reports and you can do your goal setting. Designs, which is where you can create or find pre-made graphics for your marketing. Listings, which is where KWLS is pulling from your MLS. And consumer, which are the settings for your consumer app and your website. So let's go to our contacts. All right, so once we are in our contact database, the first thing that we're going to look at is going to the right-hand side. We have our import button. So if you click on that, it's going to give you the ability to upload a spreadsheet of contacts so that you can bulk add contacts at one time. So you will have to download the template and then put your contacts within that template in order for it to upload into the system. It is quite finicky though, so if you do want to send it to us, we'd be more than happy to format that and get it put in there for you. The next button that we have is an add contact button. So if you click on this, it's going to give you the ability to add all of your contacts in manually. So you'll just put in the information that you have about the contact. You can add a lead source. You can add a tag. And a tag, if you're not familiar with that term, it's basically a way to group similar contacts together based off of a specific commonality. You can click on add more information and you will get additional drop downs. So you can see all of this information that you are able to add about a contact. And then you'll go ahead and click create and it will add that contact to your database. The next button that we have here, these three dots, are our exporting options. So here you can export all of your own contacts or you can export into various mailing labels. Moving over to the left-hand side, we have our search bar. So here you are able to start typing in to search for a contact, and you're going to see that it does update as you type things in. Next, we have our filter option. So if you click on this, it does look like we have a filter on. We're going to go ahead and clear all, but this is giving you the ability to put in whatever you want to filter the contacts by so that you are only seeing those particular contacts at a time. And then next we have our smart views. So if we click on this, a smart view is essentially just saving a filter. So if there's a particular filter that you're looking for an example, if you are looking for people who live on Main Street all the time, and you filter that out and it's giving you those contacts, you can then come into your smart view and create the smart view and name it Main Street, so that you can just come right in here and click for that list. You don't have to manually search for those contacts all the time. So in looking at our actual dashboard down here, you're going to see that we have this gray header. This is going to tell you all of the categories of the information that is below it. So you can see all of that here. If there's something that is missing that you would like added, you do have the option to customize your columns. So if you click on the Customize Column button, on the left-hand side, you'll see all the available columns that you can choose from. So let's say we wanted to add an email. We will click on the box. And then on the right-hand side, we have the ability to rearrange the order. So we're just going to drag and drop until we're satisfied with that. We'll go ahead and click Apply. And then now you're going to see that the email has been added to our view. You can also change the view of your database. So right now we are in our list view, as you can see here from this icon. There is also an icon view, I guess I'll call it. So if you click on that, you're going to see that our header went away, our contacts expanded, and it's just kind of a different view. So totally based off of your preference of what you want for your database. Then the last thing that we have is this hyperlink. This is telling us how many contacts that we are currently viewing. And then this last number here is the total amount of contacts that you have in your database. So if I wanted to click on this, and let's say I'm only seeing 10 at a time, now I have the option to scroll between the pages. But if I wanted them all on one page, I can click 100 contacts. And now you'll see that all of my contacts are showing on one page. So again, that's totally based off of your preference. When you're looking at your contacts, in order to look at the contact's information, you can go ahead and click on their name. This is going to open up their contact card. So on the left-hand side, you can see all of their information. And then on the right-hand side, you can see all of the activity about that contact. Next, we're going to go into tasks. So again, our tasks are our follow-up or reminders. It can be both about just our contact tasks or our opportunity tasks. So we have 3 tabs up at the top. We have our to-do, we have our completed list, and our archived list. So in order to create a new task, in the top right corner, you can click on the Create New Task button, and then you'll just go ahead and put that task information in. Once you create that task, it will show up in your to-do list, and then you will see it on this screen below. In order to look at the task, again, you're just going to click on the task and it's going to open up the task details for you. So you can see all of the details and the contact information if it is related to a contact. And then from here, you can either edit the task or you can complete it. So we just clicked on to complete it, and now we just got a message at the top saying it's been moved to our completed list. So if we move to our completed list, this is just going to tell you all of the contacts, or I'm sorry, all of the tasks that have been completed. And then our last option is the archived list. So these are all of the tasks that have been archived. So you do have to archive a task before you can delete it from your database. So just keep that in mind. All right, next we're going to go to our smart plans. So a smart plan is a communications plan that you can set your contacts up on so they can get various forms of communication from you. So it can either be email, text message, what else? Phone call, anything like that, that will keep you in contact with your contacts. So the first thing that I am going to show you is our Smart Plans library, because it will allow you to take smart plans that are already created. And I like showing you the easier way to do it first. So you're going to see that we have 2 tabs up at the top. We're going to start off by going into library. So when we click on library, this is bringing you to the public KW Smart Plan library. So this is filled with ready to go smart plans that you can just add to your library and put your contacts on. So these are from other agents in KW and KWRI. The first thing you're going to see is the featured smart plans. So these are the more common smart plans that people like to start off with. It's going to tell you the name, a brief description, how many downloads, it has a rating, the steps, the duration, and the touches, and then the author. You can also click view steps if you want to see exactly what the smart plan entails. So when we clicked on that, it's telling us that we have a phone call, there's a 30-day delay, and then it restarts, essentially meaning that this is a monthly call plan. So it's going to tell you to call whatever contact you have on here every month. If we wanted to add that smart plan to our library, we can click on Add Smart Plan. You can rename it. I think we already have this one in our library, which is why we cannot re-add it again. But then you'll just hit download and it will put it into your library. You do also have a search feature as well. So if you wanted to search for a particular topic or, holiday, you can type that in and then it will populate all of the results that match what is in that search box. So you can see that we have 123 results. We can see which one fits what we're looking for, and then we can go ahead and add it to our smart plan library. So once you do add the smart plan, it is going to go into the My Smart Plans tab. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. So we moved backwards a little bit in this one, but that's okay. So in My Smart Plans, now you're able to see all of the smart plans that you have added to your library. So it's going to tell you the name, how many contacts are in that smart plan. So you can see as an example, this smart plan, we do have one contact who's currently on it. It's going to tell you the duration, meaning how long that smart plan is. Total touches, meaning how many times you will reach out to the contact. And then we have our action items on the right-hand side where you can add a contact, you can edit the smart plan, or you have options to either copy, publish to library, or delete the smart plan from your library. You do also have the option to create a smart plan on your own. You can do that by clicking on the Create button in the top right corner. It's going to bring you to the Smart Plan editor where then you can start creating your own smart plan. So that is an option. However, I would suggest going to the library and seeing if you can find something that's already made. It's just easier. It will save you time. All right, let's go to our referrals. I feel like Command is a little slow today. So in our referrals network, keep in mind that this is only for KW agents. So you're only going to find KW agents in here. If you are a new agent and you're not seeing that this is populating, just keep in mind that it may take a few days, possibly even up to a week for this to actually populate if you're a brand new agent. So just keep that in mind if you are not seeing this. However, if you do not have access to it, this is what it looks like. So we do have a few tabs up at the top. Right now we are in our dashboard. Our dashboard is going to show you your referrals overview of kind of what's going on with your referral business. And then it's going to tell you your referral network below. So these are all of the agents that you have added to your referral network. And I'm going to show you how you can do that in just a second. If you want to send out a new referral, you can go to the top right corner, click on New Referral. From here, you can either find an agent or you can select an agent from your referral network. So there's two ways that you can add a referral. Then you'll go ahead and put in your referral information and click Send to send the referral. So going back up to the top, if we go to our next tab, we have My Referrals. So on this page, it is going to give you all of the referral business information. So you're able to see all of your sent and all of your received referrals. Our next tab is going to be the map. So if you are new to referrals, this is essentially the first place that you're going to go once you are in this section. So in the map, this is how you're able to find other agents that are part of KW. So you're going to see that the first thing we have is our search bar. We have a drop down next to that. And if you click on the drop down, it's going to give you different options of how you are able to search the map. So if we are doing it by production, I'm going to type in an area that I'm looking for. All right. And I am going to start scrolling in with my mouse. This is always very slow because it is populating a lot of information. So just keep that in mind while you are using that it is normal for this to be slow. There we go. All right. So once we are scrolling in, you're going to see the results on the right-hand side update based off of the information that you are currently looking at. So this is telling us all of the results based on the area. If we wanted to filter out specific information, we can click on the filter button, and then we can put in specific criteria that we are looking in for an agent. We can click apply the filter, and then it's going to update those results for you. So if we wanted to add the contact to our referral network, we can click on this add contact button right here. It's going to send an invitation for them to join your referral network. And then this next icon right here, this is how you can go to send out a referral. So you can click on that and you can then put the information in to send that agent a referral specifically. And one thing I forgot to mention is there is a drop down too. So if you go ahead and click on that, it's going to provide the agent's information and their statistics as well. So you can take a look at that. All right, let's go to opportunities. So opportunities are where all of your transactions are going to be. So the first thing I want to point out is if you are part of a team, keep in mind that your team is always going to default to the first tab, and then it's going to be your personal opportunities pipeline. So just keep that in mind. You want to make sure that you are in the correct one. So once you are in the correct pipeline or opportunities dashboard, I should say, so you're going to see that it is broken down into a few different sections. So we have our listings, buyers, leases. We have some ratios, followed by some activity maps. And then we have our closings for the month. So if we scroll back up, we're going to go to the right-hand side. We have an import button here. So if you go ahead and click on that, this is going to give you the option to import your loops if you are utilizing .loop. So this is how you can import those right into your opportunity section. If you are looking to create an opportunity, you can click on the Create Opportunity button. You are going to put in all of the information about the opportunity. And keep in mind, remember, our red star means that it is required in order to save. So just keep that in mind. And then in looking at our pipelines, so we're just going to take a look at listings since it's the first one. You're going to see that it is broken into various phases. Below the phase is going to be an icon with a number. The number is indicating how many opportunities you have in that particular phase. Below that, it's going to tell you the volume and the average time that you have an opportunity within that phase. So if we scroll all the way to the right, you're going to see a section that is talking about GCI. So this will tell you the potential and the probable income. And this is going to adjust based off of you moving opportunities throughout the pipeline. In order to see your opportunities, you can go ahead and click on the icon. That's going to open up your board view of your opportunities where you can then see the individual opportunities. From there, you can go ahead and click on the opportunity, and it's going to open up the opportunity card for you to see all of the details where you can upload documents, you can determine your marketing, you can do the offers and commission tabs, etc. All right, next we're going to go into campaigns. So this is our campaign section. So essentially, this is marketing communications. This is how we can create different pieces of marketing to send out to our contacts. So on our dashboard, we're going to have some get started links that you can check out. Some of these links are going to make sure that you have the correct social posts, or I'm sorry, you have the correct social channels connected so that your campaigns can actually go out. So definitely take a look at these get started links. Those are going to help you get started exactly as it says. So below that, we have some quick posts if you need some inspiration. And then below that, we have some tips and training for more education. Scrolling back up, let's go to the right corner, and you're going to see a Create Campaign button. So when we click on that, you're going to get 4 options: direct mail, which is physically sending mail out to a contact; email, which is sending the information via email; social post, which is creating a social media post that you are putting onto your business profile for free; and then paid ad is a targeted ad that you are paying to send out to a specific target audience or target demographic. So once you just choose whichever campaign you're looking to send out, it's going to bring you into the editor to start creating that campaign. So if we go up to our header, you're going to see that we have a few tabs here. So each of our campaigns has its own tab. And when you go into that, it's just going to provide helpful links and basically the information for your campaigns. So when we're under paid ads, if we go to the right-hand side, we have our helpful links again. Paid ads is a new feature. Well, it's not a new feature, but they did recently just kind of update it. So if you are new to KW, of course, the helpful links will be very helpful. If you are not new to KW, make sure you still check this out because this has recently been updated. So as we scroll down, you can choose the specific ad campaign that you are looking to send out, because there are a few different categories of how you can target it. And then we have some information again that you can check out. It's going to show you how you can set these up. And then at the bottom, we have our paid ads campaigns for you to take a look at all of the campaigns that you have either actively running, they have been completed, or that you are in draft status with. So you can just get a list of all of your campaigns right here. So next, if we move to our emails, this is going to provide an overview of all of the email information. So at the top, it's going to tell you your metrics based off of your email campaigns. And then below that, you get an overview of all of the email campaigns that you have sent out. So now you can see since we have information in this section, you can see that it will tell you the name, and then it's going to tell you the status of whether it was actually mailed out or if it's just in draft status, meaning that we have not completed it yet. Next, we have our direct mail. So same thing, we have our metrics up at the top, and then below is an overview of all of the direct mail campaigns. So you can just see everything that you have going on. Lastly, we have our social posts. So this is where you're able to see your live and your scheduled posts for your social media, and you can schedule posts right from this page. So to do that, you can just click on the link where it says create a social post under the particular date that you're looking to send it out. And then it will bring you into the editor for you to start creating that social post. So next, we're going to go to reports. This is where you're able to find all of your reporting. So on our dashboard, it's going to tell us our database health. This is going to tell you how you are doing in terms of the information that you have in your contacts. Next is our sources. This is going to give you a breakdown of all of the lead sources that you have in your contact database. And below that, you have your database activity score. So this is telling you how you are doing in terms of outreach to your database. Next, we have our reports. So in this dropdown, you're going to see a hyperlink. If we click on the hyperlink, it's going to give you the option to choose whether you want to see a database report, a goals report, or an opportunities report. So you can choose whichever one you want. You will get your information on this page, and you also have your export option in the top right corner. So just remember that the more information that you put into command, the more information you will get out of your reports. So just keep that in mind. Next, we have our goals. So this is where you're able to set up your goal setting. You can do that by going to the top right corner. When you click on this, it will open up another page, and you can go ahead and get all of your goal settings set up. Once you have that set up and you are putting information into command, it's going to start providing some information and metrics based off of the comparison of your goals versus what's actually happening in your system. So you'll get breakdowns through all of these pretty graphs and all of that. So next we have our lead routing. So I'm not actually going to click on this one because it doesn't pertain to everyone. This is only going to be available for team leaders who, or rainmakers as they call them, in KW, who are responsible for a team. So when you click on lead routing, you are going to have the option to create specific routes for when leads come in, they can go and follow these specific routes that you've put into place based off of if it's going to particular team members, etc. Next, we have our emails. So this is just going to provide an update on your email metrics. You can see all of the information based off of the emails that you're sending out through command. And lastly, we have our texts and calls. So here is where you are going to get information compiled about the texts and the calls that you are sending out through your Twilio account. So just keep in mind, in order to get any information out of here, you do have to be subscribed to a Twilio account. That is a third-party platform that you can find again in the marketplace. And what Twilio allows you to do is to call and to text through command. Next, we have our designs. So this is our design platform. On this page right here, these are all of the designs that we are currently working with. If we go to the top right corner, you have an import design button. If you click on this, you can import a design from outside of command. So for instance, if you are working with Canva and you save it to your computer, you can then find the file and import it. If you want to create a design through command, you can also do that by clicking on Create Design. This is going to bring you into the design editor where you can find a ton of pre-made graphics that are ready to go for you to utilize for your own marketing. Next, we have our listings. So this is where you are able to find your listings that are going to pull through from the MLS. So if you have not set that up, you can do that by clicking on Sync My MLS. You are going to search by either listing address or MLS number. You'll click Next. From here, you're going to find the listing that you are either a listing agent or a co-listing agent on. You're going to click Select in the top right corner, and then you'll click Next again. From here, it's going to have you confirm whether you are the primary listing agent or the co-listing agent. So once you do that and you click Next, it is going to send a verification email to the email that is on file with this listing in the MLS. So it will send that email. You'll go ahead and click Verify, and then it will connect your MLS to your command profile. From there, the listings are going to start auto-populating in this section. And from there, you have the ability to then add all of your listing information into your marketing, into your designs, into your website, etc. The last thing that we're going to talk about today is our consumer. So this is where we can find the settings for our consumer app and our website. So I am currently looking at the new website upgrade. So if you have not yet upgraded to the new website, we do have past videos, past command overviews where I am talking about the old website. However, we did upgrade, so now we are working with the new one. So on this page, this is just going to be the dashboard for us to manage our website. So if we scroll down, it's going to provide our settings. So here we can see our subdomain. This is going to tell you what your website URL is. This is what you will want to be marketing out to contacts so that they can visit your website. Below that, you have your app URL. This is the URL that you also want to be marketing out to clients or to contacts. The reason being is you want people to sign up for the KW app under your specific app URL so that they see your information listed as their agent. So make sure that you are sending this particular URL that is on your website out. This will also give you Big Brother access to be able to see what they're doing on the back end, what properties they like, etc. So that is super important. And then, and then you have some preferences, so you can update your preferences based off of the different criteria, followed by registration. So if you want someone to only be able to view a certain amount of properties before they have to give you their information, you can set that up here. So before I click on edit my website, I'm going to move over to the next tab. Testimonials. So this is a list of all of the testimonials that are being synced or that are being captured through command. So they're going to show up on here. Next, we have our collections tab. So a collection is essentially saving a search for a particular contact, essentially. So in order to do this, you can click on create a collection in the top right corner, and then you'll put in the contact name, what they're looking for, and you can send them listings based off of their criteria. So if we go back to my website, we'll go ahead and click on the edit my website button. When you do this, it's going to open up a new page for you. At the top, you're going to see your URL again. And if you click on this, it is hyperlinked to bring you to your website. And then below that, you have your quick start options of things that you can add to your website. Below that, you have all of your pages of your website. So you can see that we have a home page, we have an about the agent page, and we have a blog list page. So if we click on our home page, that is going to open up another page. Let me see if I can. Okay, there we go. So when you click on the home page, it's going to give you 4 different sections that you are able to update. So you have your listing search module, you have your listing list, essentially featured properties, you have testimonial area, and your blog area. And you can see moving over to the right-hand side that it gives you a display of how your website is currently looking. So you can see the different sections that we have. If there's anything that you want to change about the sections, you can just click on the drop down, and then it's going to provide the information that you are able to update. And then once you are ready to save, you'll go ahead and click the save button. And then it will show you when that has been updated. So I'm going to click out of this page, and then you're going to see that we are still in this page. So it does open up a whole new page for you when you go into your website. All right. That is everything that we have today for our command overview class. Thank you all so much for joining us. Please feel free to take a look at our YouTube page, Scott Leroy Marketing, for updated videos and more videos that go in depth on the different widgets that we talked about today. And then as always, email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com with any questions that you might have. Thanks so much and have a great rest of your week.